All right, welcome back. So we're starting Java today. I'm not going to go over any of how Java works or like the details of the programming. This video is simply about how to run your first program. So we're just going to copy and paste a program, hello world, and just get it up and running. So I'm going to show you in two different ways. I'm on a PC, so I'm running Windows 10. I don't have a Mac with me, so I'll show you how to get one up and running on Repl.it if you're working on something like a Chromebook. Or if you're working in Windows 10 on a PC, then I'll show you how to get it up and running with Notepad++ and on the terminal. Okay, so first we'll do Repl.it. That's the easiest. Okay, so I'm just going to open up Chrome here, and I'm going to go to Repl.it. I've already signed in with my school Google account. So I'm just going to go to new Repl.it. And for language, we've really got two options. So in the beginning, we can just choose Java. But later on, we want to do Java Swing. And all that means is it's got the Swing package included. And so you can do a pop-up window where we'll do some graphics and animations and things like that. So at the beginning, we can just choose Java, or we could use Java Swing. It's okay either way. All right, so we hit create, and we're up and running. Now, the main thing I want you to notice here is that the file name on the left, main.java, so that capital M-A-I-N, has to exactly match the name of the class. And that's one of the most common mistakes as a beginner. So the name of the class, and that's the structure of each file, has to exactly match the name of the file, okay? Now, you can put more than one class inside of a file. We're not going to go into that in this beginner course. So for us, each one file will have one class, and the title has to match exactly. So whatever this is here, it's exactly that .java as the file name, okay? And without that, you'll have an error. So if I go over here and add a new file, and I say this is like example.java, and then I go over to example.java and go class, and I do lowercase example, this would cause an error later on. So whatever the file name is, it has to exactly match the name of the class, and then we could go on to add as many things as we want in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that file, and instead I'm gonna go to my main. Here I just run. We have no idea what all this stuff means yet, but this line right here is saying just print hello world to the console. So I look over at the console, and sure enough, I see hello world. So it's as easy as that. So you just make a new Java REPL, and then you see that this file name matches the class name. It'll always start as main, and then this one just prints. Okay, now let's do it on Windows. Okay, so I'm gonna leave Chrome open because I'm gonna Google, actually let's just do it right now. Oh, why even Google? We can just take this exact program right here. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a new file, except I don't know what type of file I'm going to make. So instead, let's just open Notepad++. So this is a simple text editor. Sorry, a simple text editor that allows you to use indentations and color coding as though you were in a full IDE, a full programming environment, except it doesn't give you a lot of the shortcuts and build things for you like other ones do. So as a beginner, it's really good to practice typing everything yourself. So starting in the next videos, I'll be showing you that we'll be typing it ourselves. Right now, we don't know much about Java. We're just trying to get it up and running. So I'm going to paste in that program I had. I'm going to change the class name to Hello World or some new name, okay? Now, up here right now, it's saying red disk is saying this is not saved. So I've made changes since my last save. And new one, I haven't saved the file anywhere, so it doesn't even exist. So it's just a temporary spot. So I'm going to go save as. Okay, it's saving on my desktop. So I'm going to give it the exact name right here. So capital H, hello, capital double world. I'm not going to put any spaces in there. It shouldn't. You could use underscores if you want, but don't put spaces in there. And then here, save as type. Have it save as Java, .java. Common, the default will start as .txt, and that'll muck things up. Okay, so when I save it, I should go over here, and this is hello world. If I right click on properties, you can see that it's a .java file. Okay, it is not a .txt or an unknown file extension. Okay, so now I've got it. If I make a change in here and I just type anything in, you'll see that red disk. So I'm going to Control Z undo that. Okay, so I've got a simple class. The class has a simple main function. That's the thing that will always get called. And in there, I've got a single line, and the single line prints, okay? Now, how I'm actually going to compile and run this is I need to open up my command prompt window, or sometimes called the terminal window. The easiest way is you right-click on this tab right here, and you say, open this file in CMD. So if I say open in Explorer, that opens up the folder on my computer. So in File Explorer, so I could see where that file is. Maybe it's hidden away and you don't know where it is. But I'm going to right click and say open this in CMD. Another way to do it is down here in the bottom right. Just type CMD and it'll come up with command prompt and you hit enter. That's another way to do it. The big difference though is notice that the first one opened me in the correct directory. So when I said open this file in CMD, it opened it already in the directory desktop, which is where I want to be. If I just type CMD in, I get a different window, but it's just in the default place. So I would have to use some old school DOS to move around. So I could do like directory to see what's in this directory. I could do CD space, that's change directory space, to, in this case, I see that I'm in C:users Brendan D. That's my user on the computer. And over here, I'm on C:/users Brendan D/ and I'm in the folder desktop inside of Brendan D. So here I'm going to say change directory, and I could do a dot if I want to go up a, CD ... I mean, to go up a directory. That means like back up a folder, but I'm going to go change directory and go into Brendan D. And then I'm going to go change directory and go into desktop. And now I'm in the right place. Now you don't need to do that. We can close that window, close this one. Again, on this tab, you right click, go open containing folder in CMD. So it's already in the right place in the terminal window. And then you simply go Java C. This is saying I want to compile my Java program. Okay. And then I'm going to type in the full file name. So that's hello world.java. So I'm going to compile that Java program. So it's written for a human in the Java programming language. I hit enter. And now what I get is a .class file generated. So that's something that the computer can run. That's specific to Windows 10. This Java, I could send to a friend on Macintosh. I could send to a friend on whatever, on, like say they're running Ubuntu, like Linux or Unix or something. They could take the same Java, but when they compile it, their .class file on their machine will be different, even though the human side is the same. Okay. So anyways, I first compile my Java program. I get a .class object file, and now I can run it. So now I go Java, and I run hello world. Notice I do not put the .java now. I'm actually running the .class file. So I'm going to go run, and there I get the output, which is print. Okay, so I'm going to just review that. I'm going to delete this. You don't have to. But okay, so I make a new file. I go File, Save As. I make sure I'm saving it as a Java file. I make sure the class name matches the file name. And then I go, okay, now that it's saved, I'm going to open in CMD. It's already in the correct folder. So all I need to do is Java C to compile my hello world. I use the entire file name with the .java. If I don't, I get a message saying like, it's some implicit, like you can't explicitly say what type. So anyways, I'm going to go Java C, hello world.java. That compiles over here. I get that .class file for the computer to run. And then I say, I want to run hello world. Okay, so the last thing I'll show you, and so it shows there, the last thing I'll show you is if we make any changes. Okay, so if I make any changes like hello Mountain View High School, right? And I go, okay, I save that. Oh, notice, I made changes. It was red, okay? So I Control S to save it. That's my shortcut, or you could go up here, File, Save. I didn't change the file name, so it's ready to go. But if I run Hello World, Even though this is saved, nothing changed, right? And that's because we changed the .java file, but we never actually recompiled and made a new .class file. So, okay, so our hello world.java is different. So let's go ahead and recompile it. Okay, so hello world.java. And something I'm going to actually show you is, let's delete that. In the command prompt window, if you press up, it brings up the last command you type. If you press up again, it brings up the previous one before that. And then down and up will navigate between those, so it saves you a lot of time. So I want to recompile the file. Okay, that generates the new .class. And now I can run the program and I'll see the new message. So every time you make a change, you need to run both compile the file and then run the new .class file. Okay, so that's how to make your first Java program, get it up and running on Repl.it, get it up and running in Windows. I hope that was helpful.